Navigating Transformation and Clarity. Welcome to your October 2023 monthly astrology forecast. So, as the leaves change and the energy begins to shift as we head on into fall, we're in for a month of deep transformation, some insightful revelations, and some powerful shifts with the planetary movements. We're going to have a solar eclipse, a lunar eclipse that are going to emphasize themes of balance and material well-being. They're going to be urging us to release what's holding us back and embrace this transformative growth as we move forward. Mercury and the Sun are both going to be in Scorpio, encouraging us to dive deep with our emotions and our thoughts, while Venus in Virgo is going to emphasize practical expressions of love. This month is an invitation to embrace the change, to reflect on your relationships and your values, to embark on a journey of inner exploration. Be open to transformation as the universal energies are here to guide us towards greater clarity and more authenticity. To work to stay adaptable, to be open-minded as you navigate the planetary currents of October. My hope is that having this forecast available ahead of time is going to give you the areas of your life that are going to be most affected and impacted, and have this opportunity to flow and to work with the changes that are occurring in your life. Remember that eclipses, they bring such dramatic shifts, and that there's not an opportunity to go back. They eclipse people, places, and things into our life and out of our life. And so there is no opportunity to go back, and it can sometimes be jarring and confusing. So at this time, my hope is that you will see this as an opportunity, that this eclipse, the eclipses and the eclipse season, they're meant for growth. My hope is that the astrological insights that you gain will empower you to make the most of this transformative month. So stay tuned to the energies and stay in tune to them, and continue to seek alignment with your higher self. If this is your first time here, welcome. And if you're a regular follower, thank you for your support, your thumbs up, your shares, your comments. I invite all of you to join me for my lives on Tuesdays at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where I'm going to have one time a month for the new moon and another time of the month for the full moon. And in between, I'm going to be offering tarot consultations. I also encourage you to sign up for my email, where I share the latest happenings with links to find everything. And if you're ready for an in-depth reading of your chart, you can schedule a personalized astrological reading at my website, willowgracemystic.com. So welcome. I'm your astrologer, Patricia Tate, and this is your October forecast. All right, Cancer Sun and Cancer Rising. This month is going to be very transformative for you because you are ruled by the moon. So let's take a look first at your 10th house, because the North Node is focused in Aries there, and the South Node is your focus of home. And being ruled by the moon, 4th house is going to be your focus, like just in general. So as the month goes on, everything that's occurring as the planets rotate around, everything is going to be drawing towards the eclipses and the changes that are occurring. So know that Aries is the direction in which you're supposed to be going in. You are supposed to be focusing on your career, your job, your legacy, you being seen in the outside world, not being in the, behind the scenes anymore. And so you're also supposed to be leaving behind some things that have to do with family. This could be with karma. This could be with traditions. This could be, I need to focus on me and things to move forward with. So the first thing that's going to happen is on October 8th, Virgo is going to enter, Venus is going to enter Virgo. So let me get there. So at this time, we have Venus, the goddess of love and money and beauty. And now she is in this very pragmatic sign of Virgo. So Virgo is your 3rd house. Virgo is the way you communicate. It's home, it's neighborhood, it is publishing, writing, taking classes, taking workshops. It's your neighbors. And Venus here, being the planet of harmony and entering this sign, it's about your relationships with your neighbors, your relationships with close family, and these aesthetics. They're going to take on more of a practical tone. It's going to be a time where you're going to be showing your love through acts of service and appreciation of beauty and simplicity, the way that you write the words and the things that you are, like, the words are just going to be flowy, and the way that you are communicating. It will be also a time that you're going to need to focus on self-care and attention to details in all matters that are of your heart. Venus rules just all types of beauty. And so this is you wanting to share these beautiful things with people that are close to you. As we move forward on October 14th, so on October 14th, we have this beautiful is like, it's crazy. It's going to be beautiful, potent solar eclipse, new moon in the sign of Libra, at the bottom of your chart with your home. This eclipse is going to bring fresh starts to partnerships. It's going to bring a balance into your life. It's going to have this opportunity for you to leave behind these old relationship dynamics. It's you taking time to create more harmonious connections, about setting these intentions for equitable collaborations and seeking this inner equilibrium. Remember that Gemini is like the negotiator. Gemini is the one that wants to make and create peace. Gemini is also, think of it as the yoke that's on the ox, that two people are tethered together, and so where one goes, the other one has to go. And it's, how do you find the balance of what do you want to do and what do others want to do? Now, this eclipse is really going to be potent because it's the first one that's going to occur in the sign of Libra since 2016. So think back to 2016, what was going on in your life at that time, because now we're going to revisit some themes with an opportunity to refresh, to rewire these relationships. So think of it as, could some part of your work benefit from a collaborator who complements you with their skill set? Or I also want you to think about, you've got Mercury down there with the moon. Mercury is how you communicate, your words, your thoughts, your ideas. And Mercury is making contact. So take this time to write down the qualities and the capabilities of the person that you would like to attract in your life. This could be for work, career, home. Who do you want to attract in your life? These could be clients. What do you want? Now, I want to show you about this opposition. The moon is going to oppose Chiron. Chiron is the wounded healer. Chiron is, everybody has a wound in their chart, and currently this is you trying to heal this wound. And so the moon opposing Chiron is an opportunity for you to be mindful about the type of people that you draw in during an eclipse. Remember that eclipses, they immediately eclipse people, places, and things into our life and out of our life. And so as it's bringing these people within your peripheral, make sure that you're not bringing in people that you need to heal. I encourage people to, like they say, oh, I should help this person. I agree, you should help someone. You should help someone who cannot help themselves. If you are helping someone who could do it for themselves, you are now enabling to make yourself feel better. So please take care of yourself and not always take care of the others, but only in matters that they cannot do for themselves. Now, the lunar nodes. The lunar nodes are pointing to areas of your life where you're asked to find new direction. You are being asked to focus on your career, focus on you in the outside world. It's the 10th house. It's the one that's visible by everybody. It's coming out. Be the butterfly. It's time for you to be emerging, and it'll be an 18-month process of emerging of who you are now becoming. And so it's you also rebalancing what are your priorities. Now that the nodes have moved into the sign of identity, Aries, top of your chart, you, and Libra, your home, finding a balance of what do you do at home, like finding everything with who you are as an individual and who you are in your relationships and your social networks with people that are at home. With the South Node in Libra, so think about your long-term partnerships or your relationships or your alliances. Some of them may come to an end. The North Node in Aries at the top of your chart is asking you to find your voice, your own unique voice and your own motivations. You're going to have to set boundaries. You're going to have to fight for your own individual goals and find new ways in order to express yourself, not always falling back on what you used to do. Now, because of the planet Uranus, Uranus is in your 11th house. I love this. Okay, Uranus is the planet of shock, surprise. It's unique. It's think outside the box. It's electric. And so because of Uranus's location in your 11th house of your personal hopes, wishes, dreams, and the people that you're going to connect with in order to manifest what you want, it's inviting you to restructure your relationships so that you can find more equity. This is inclusiveness and respect for other people's differences and them for you also. All right, so now let's move on to Mercury. So follow Mercury until the 22nd. About on the 22nd, Mercury is going to enter into the sign of Scorpio. As Mercury joins here, this is your 5th house of children and fun and joy, creativity, affairs, music. The 5th house is gambling. It's anything that brings you personal joy. And so this could be your own children, or it could mean childlike activities, creation of things. So Mercury in Scorpio is using your mind, your intellect. And in the sign of like Scorpio is deep, intense, it's watery. This is encouraging you to have some deep thinking and to ask yourself those probing questions, to dive into the depths of your thoughts and communicate with authenticity about your children, about these activities, affairs, or about your creativity, what you are bringing to the table. This will be an opportunity for you to uncover any hidden truths, and I want you to use caution about these power struggles that you may have in discussions. And then moving forward to the 23rd, now the sun is going to join. So now you have the sun, Mercury, Mars, like all in the same house. And remember that the focus is still on your career, your home, and how you are making these things happen. So the sun in Scorpio, the sun in Scorpio is transformative. It's about shedding. It's about removing of. It's intense. It's a period of personal growth. It's about rebirth and shedding of old layers. I think of it as a snake. So during this time period, you are having this internal growth. The snake is growing. You're going to have to shed the old layers to become the new you, to move towards what are you supposed to be focusing on. Remember, all of these planets, they're all moving up towards you, your career, you in the outside world, your legacy. How do you want people to see and know you? And so use this time to let go of what no longer serves you, focusing on your inner desires, your inner passions. Like if this is about children, let them move on, let them mature at their own pace. If this is about your creativity and starting these projects, use this to your benefit, that you can create projects that you can use for a job or career in the outside world. Okay, then I want to talk about October 28th. So as we move forward on the 28th, I want to draw your attention to the moon is conjunct Jupiter in your Taurus house it's your 11th house of your dreams. But the North Node is in Aries at the top of your chart. And so this eclipse is ending. It's a lunar eclipse, things being revealed that were hidden. This month is going to conclude with the lunar eclipse. It used to be lunar in Scorpio. And so it's about your values, your finances, your material security. It's going to be a time where you are going to assess your relationship with money, possessions, your self-worth, the goals in which you had, the dreams. It's about you releasing any attachments to these outdated beliefs and now saying, I have evolved, I have changed, I need to move on. This no longer serves me. These groups, these things that I was part of, I now have to focus on where the universe is leading me. So you are now releasing attachments to these outdated beliefs, and you're embracing a more grounded sense of abundance that's going to come your way for your career, for your job. Now, this is the third and final lunar eclipse in the sign of Taurus. It represents money, material, security, hard work. But this eclipse series, it began rippling across your Taurus-Scorpio axis on November 19th, 2021. So I want you to think back to that time period in your life. Now, that time period radically revamped the economy, but it also revamped this area of your life of personal financial habits for the last 2 years of you having to take ownership of your own personal money. Like, what do you need in order to feel stable, secure? Remember that Taurus is sensible, but it's also sensual. Taurus loves luxury. It's ruled by the pleasure goddess of Venus. The key to making sure that you've got enough resources to cover the basis of what you need while enjoying the things that you personally consider your earthly delights. And so, where do you have enough, and where do you need to feel secure? Remember that Taurus is, the moon in Taurus is conjunct Uranus here, and it's opposite. So it's going to be opposite of the planet. Oh, let me start that again. Sorry. It is opposite of Mars. Now, Mars is your passion, your drive, your fire, what you need to do to move forward. And so this is asking you to revisit your approach to your resources. Whatever opposes you is what you have to work through in order to move forward. And so this is you taking charge of your financial future. Where have you been spending your money lackadaisical on things of pleasure? Fifth house, that's children, that is art, music, creativity. Where have you just been spending the money, owning that and saying, oh, I have to fix this. No one else is going to come in and do this. I have to own this. And so knowing that, this is going to be a major release because it's going to be a completion. This is going to be an ending of this 18-month, 2-year cycle. So now you're going to be focusing on the Aries part of your life. Aries, you, yourself, your values. And that's at the top of your chart, your career. You in your career, what can you do to solve some of these problems? And releasing the Libra sector, finding a balance with your partnership, your boundaries, your family, your home, contracts, legal matters. This is going to affect you for the next 18 months. And so I encourage you, Cancer, to dive into this and look deep to where you can adjust some of your spending and move forward to create safe and secure and stable careers as you move forward, because this is happening. It's going to be an opportunity for you to be in the limelight and for people to be able to see you, find you, and make yourself known. All right, so Cancer, I hope that you found this video resourceful and to be a helpful guide in your transformation in your life. And I would love to hear your thoughts in the comment section below.